I, 40F, rejected a second Tinder date partially because he had a gun holstered to his hip in a pizza restaurant. This was in Texas and the guy was an ex-Marine, discharged after sustaining an injury that resulted in shrapnel to the back of the knee. I was enjoying texting and sending memes and music back and forth. I started to get annoyed at the lack of initiative to actually take me on a date, so I said one day, "Are we going to text forever or are you going to ask me out?" He said he was waiting for the right time. So we set up our date at a pizza joint. He told me he'd never gotten past the first date. I couldn't imagine why. He seemed nice enough. He was nice on the date and cute but seemed jittery. I asked if he had PTSD from the war and he said yes, and we left it at that. The date went fairly nicely, but I just didn't feel romantic feelings. Maybe I'm too guarded, or maybe it was that he had a gun holstered to his hip. When I asked about his gun, he proceeded to show me photos of all his other guns. I asked how many he had and he told me about his AR-15, Glock, Colt 22 and other guns he had at home. He told me sometimes people paid him to shoot coyotes in the rural area he lived. He also worked at a factory making long-range hunting rifles. As the parent of an 8-year-old boy, I just could not date a man who had that many guns in his home. Plus I knew that it would eventually come out that I am vehemently against dying for one's country. I didn't want to insult him by ever making that known because regardless of my feelings, he was willing to put his life on the line. He also seemed to have some serious trauma around his prior marriage. I felt very bad about rejecting him, but at 40, I'm allowed a little pickiness. When I did send my rejecting text, I told him I wished many blessings over his life and hoped he found his person. On to the next one. Good luck out there.